This is Carl Eller, and you're watching the One Bar and Lepagas show.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lepagas show. I'm One Bar with Lepagas, who looks happier than hell. Happier than hell.
I am. It's Christmas season. Spirits are bright, and what else is bright is Todd McShay released a new mock draft, and you know what? It's December 14th, and it's not officially draft season yet, but damn it, we're right on the precipice.
We are on the cusp, as we like to say, and we're not going to sit and break down every mock draft, but when Todd McShay busts one out, when Mel Kiper, Jordan Reed, some of those big boys, you're damn right we're going to talk about it. And Lepagas and I were talking about this before it started. It's not so much the player, it's more the position. It's more seeing where guys are starting to go. Just give us a little bit of feel. And in some of these mocks, we're just going to get to know these players a little bit more, just in case they wear purple.
Yeah, it's so early. You know, this time a year ago, many people had Wyatt Davis being a top 15 pick. Some even inside the top 10. He fell to the third round. So let's not get hung up on players. It's all about positioning right now and positions. So before we hop in that, be sure, if you have not done it yet, God damn it, sign up for our Patreon already. Christmas cards have been mailed. They should be arriving in mailboxes across the nation as early as tomorrow, will be my guess.
I've already heard rumblings that people have already received their card, and it is hanging in their living room. I won't say who. Who, but it has been received. And we still got a few left.
Was it a positive review or a negative review of it?
Well, if it's hanging in his living room, it must be positive, just like this mock draft. So let's talk about it. We're not going to go pick by pick at all. Vikings picking pick 15 right now. I'll break this down a little bit more. I know I had a chance to look at this more than Lepagas. So here's the issue I have. Every mock drafts that I've seen so far is usually there's just this big boy position. You got 6 offensive tackles going in the top 15. You got 6 quarterbacks, 4 wide receivers. A lot of mixed positions going ahead of us, where there's not just this big boy position that's going to have somebody fall to us. It's all over the place.
Mixed positions is not something I'm very familiar with, but I want to talk a little bit about the actual area where we're picking 15 right now. I do think we're going to end up somewhere in that 14 to probably 18 range when it's all said and done, unless somehow the Vikings can probably make the playoffs and make some kind of a run. So I do think 15 is going to be pretty close where we actually end up picking when it comes to actually counting.
Well, let me give you the breakdown, at least position-wise, of the guys that went before us. So there was 5 defensive linemen that went, 2 offensive linemen, 2 quarterbacks, 2 linebackers, 1 corner, and a safety. That is who went before the Vikings. And before we get into the Vikings pick itself, Lepagas, if the draft was tomorrow, don't even consider the player that's available. What position do you want them to go?
Oh God, at this point, I really kind of want that edge rusher. Even if Danielle Hunter comes back, I don't know if we have anybody opposite him on the roster that we can count on.
You show Kenny Willekes some damn respect.
I do, but I feel like you got Danielle Hunter and a bunch of role players, a bunch of part-time guys. Who knows, Everson Griffin's going to be back. Sheldon Richardson's been bouncing around inside, outside. So I don't know if we have that guy yet. So I still think a good pass rush makes up for a weak secondary. So I'm going to go with the pass rusher.
I agree wholeheartedly. I would love a defensive end. We'll see what happens. In this scenario, Mr. Todd McShay has the Vikings going cornerback, and it is Ahmad Sauce Gardner, I should say. I should give him some respect. His nickname is, in fact, Sauce. Cornerback from Cincinnati, 6'3", 200 pounds. Easily one of the best corners that has been in college football last couple of years. But before we go into that, people are being like, oh, no way they take another corner. Everyone's so sick of cornerbacks. Whether Zimmer's here, which nobody thinks he's going to be here or not, cornerback is going to be a big old fat need.
Yeah, it's right up there. You look at everybody who's going to be leaving next year. I'd love to see Patrick Peterson back, but I doubt that's going to happen. Cam Dantzler's been kind of a bust so far. Bashad Breeland, not great. He won't be back. Mac Alexander has been complete cheeks. So you got Cam Dantzler for sure come back. Chris Boyd's still around. Harrison Ann. None of those guys have really proven anything yet. You need another cornerback. So yes, as painful as it is, and as often as we see it, cornerback Vikings first round is a very, very strong possibility.
Yeah, we don't just need a cornerback. We need a starting cornerback. We need multiple, like 2 starting cornerbacks. So the good news is the 2022 NFL draft doesn't appear to be getting all this love, like, oh, this is just a stacked draft class, but it does appear to be very deep at corner. So Ahmad Sauce Gardner, which I looked up, it appears Sauce came from the fact that he liked all types of Burger King sauces. I was hoping there was a little bit something better to that, but you can't deny it. 6'3", 200 pounds, one of the best in the nation. 3 interceptions this year, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble. McShay, even in his write-up, says he didn't allow a reception over 13 yards this year, and I don't think he's allowed a touchdown ever. I don't think he's ever allowed a touchdown.
Well, because he's Sauce. He's Sauce Gardner. I'm already going to order his jersey. It's done. Sauce Gardner is coming home, and he's got a picture of him here showing off his cute little belly. Looks like he's in great shape.
He is in great shape. I love his size. He's not the fastest guy, but he's got the size. He's athletic. He appears to be a guy that is steadily moving up the charts. A month or two ago, he was in round 2. All of a sudden, he's in the back end of round 1. Now he's already up here. So at this point, he'll probably go number 1 overall, which isn't true, but he could be the second corner. We know Stingley from LSU will be the first corner. One more thing I'll say on Sauce is it will be very, very interesting and very telling to see how his stock rises when he goes against Jameson Williams of Alabama. That will be fantastic.
Yeah, a couple things too I did want to point out. Just looking at his mock, 2 picks later, Malik Willis goes off the board, a quarterback who, are the Vikings going to do that or not? I mean, definitely somebody I would be fine with just having that dynamic dual threat quarterback. And right behind is the center, Tyler Linderbaum, who I mean, you don't want a cornerback, but the Vikings, Garrett Bradbury wasn't really exactly a home run, and I don't think you can strike out twice at a center.
Have you ever heard of Mason Cole?
I have heard of him.
Yes, there's players right before, after. It's gonna be a complete mystery, especially if they threw no coach into this. We're gonna be shitting our pants come draft day.
Yeah, and that's why you can't get too upset. Can't get too excited about any kind of mock draft that comes out in December. So much to be decided. The NFL season, first of all, has to wrap up. The general manager, who that's going to be next year, has to decide how they're going to tweak this roster, who they're going to keep, who they're going to let go, where they're going to save money, where they're going to spend money. So, and then obviously just the combine, Senior Bowl, everything that goes into it. These guys are moving all up and down the board, free agency. So let's just enjoy it for what it is. It's an early mock draft, and we get to talk some NFL draft already.
Yes, well done, Todd McShay. I'd also like to note, after the Vikings pick, the second half of this mock draft, lot of offense, wide receiver, quarterbacks, a lot of it. So take it in, Todd McShay. Well done. Always good to see Todd McShay. Let us know in the comments below what you think about that pick, what you think about Sauce, what you think about corner, what do you think about Lupagus's beautiful Christmas attire behind him, anything. We'd love to hear it.
What do you think about this? In 1938, Adolf Hitler was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year.